Hello, everyone. It's nice to see everyone back again. Well, I hope I don't see you, but I'm glad that you're watching again. How's that? I'm glad to be back. I had a little bit of health scare last week. I'm still recovering from, I'm still working, not recovering. I'm still working on my functional neurological disorder. Things are going great, though. Things are going great. I want you guys all to know that teaching class like this really helps me. So when I can't do it, it's unfortunate, but I'm feeling good this week. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. Okay. We are going to do just the research study today. Okay. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. I'm going to teach you how to do just the research study. Okay. The research study is vital, is a very important assignment. It's worth a substantial amount of your grade. So I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable doing it, and that there's no sorts of confusion or anything like that. Of course, if you do have any sort of problems, well, this is due February 1st, by the way. Okay. So those of you that are having problems, you want a little bit of extra help, I'm always available. I'm home most of the time. You can give me a call, you can send me a text, send me a Canvas message. We can meet one-on-one over Zoom or FaceTime, whatever you want to do. I want to make sure that this is accessible for you and that you can do it really well. Okay, so let's go ahead and share my screen real quick. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Um, So, chapter two is all about doing research. Now, research is really boring to talk about. It's much more interesting to do research. I think research is fun. Okay. So, here is a key aspect. You will not, everyone listen to me. You will not, you will not be doing the actual research. You will only be planning it. Okay. That's the password for this week. I will not be doing the research. I will only be planning it. Something along those lines. It doesn't need to be word for word. Not doing the research, you're planning it. Okay. You don't have to carry it out. If this was a whole year class, I would definitely have you carry out because this is a fantastic opportunity. And if any of you want to work on publications or anything like that, I'd be happy to help you out. I'd be happy to do that with you. Okay. Just let me know if you need any help in any way. Actually, I'm going to pause this real quick. I need to get a drink of water real quick. Hold on just one sec. How do I pause this? Hold on just one sec. All right, I got a little bit of a drink, a little beverage to this is that that is not fecal water. That's not what that is. It is actually a Crystal Light mix-in drink with peach and mango and grape. So that's why it looks like that. I will tell you this, it has got me completely off any other caffeine. If anybody drinks too much caffeine, you can't sleep at night. This caffeine's a lot easier, sleeps a little bit better. So I would encourage you to try that. In fact, I don't know why the heck I'm taking time. I'm sorry. Let's just move on. I'm sorry. I have attention deficit disorder, so I apologize. Okay, let's get back on to track. That's my fault. I won't do that again. I won't promise that. I will not promise that. In fact, I will promise you that I will do it again. Okay. So here, right up here, you have your chapter two, things like that. You're going to read it. You're going to suggest it. You're just going to write 250 words. I'm not looking for a well-written information. I will say again, do not use ChatGPT, AI, Grammarly, any of those things, the things I've mentioned multiple times. It will result in a zero. And not only will it be a zero, but it will stay a zero. I do not allow students to make up work after they've cheated. I don't know. Do most professors do that? I don't know. When you send in the message, tell me that, yeah, most professors let us cheat. Nah, most professors are like, yeah, it's cool, just cheat. It's all just a game. Everyone's just playing. Well, I don't think so. Okay. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is your research study going to be qualitative? No, before that, you have to say, what is interesting to me? What do I want to research? So if you're researching, you want to care about it. It wants to be something you care about, and it has to do with social. Now, social things are so broad, right? I had one student do a social research, or he designed it, um, saying girls at Snow won't date you if you're not a member of the church. Okay. I thought that was really interesting. He came up with a really great study, but that's something he wanted to know. Now, he did never did the research, so I don't know if that's true or not, but that was his research. That was his research question. So you start off with just some sort of question, a theory. I think girls don't date me because I'm not a Mormon or not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, whatever you want to say. I don't know. I hope I didn't offend anyone by calling. I say Mormon a lot. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive. It's just what I grew up on, man. I was a Mormon. I was a Mormon. Okay. So you got your hypothesis. You want to ask your question. Now, how are you going to go about it? So there's quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative means like studies, like hard research data. You send out a survey to most a representative sample. Those of you who are statistics guys, you want to send out or girls, send out a sample. You want to send out a representative sample to a certain amount of people, to girls at Snow College to ask, would you date a guy that is not a member of the church? Okay. That would be quantitative, right? That would be quantitative because there's actually hard number. Now, the other side will be qualitative. Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask as many girls that I can go on a date with. But before I go on a date, I'm going to tell them that I'm not a member of the church and see if they'll still date me more than once. Okay. Maybe that's a qualitative because he's actually there living the example. He's going through it. It's all personal observation. Okay. It's all personal observation. When you guys do your research, your observations every week, when you do those observations are pretty cool because they're the start of a research. So if someone had a really good observation, use that as your question. I have no problem with you going back to one of your observations and say, I'm going to use this one. That's fine. That's fine with me. No problem with that. Okay. Okay. Please know, again, here it is. No AI. Don't use Grammarly. All of that. It says it right in the assignment call. If you do it, there's just no excuse. Okay. Here's the steps of the research. So first of all, what's the problem? Okay. What am I observing? Girls will not date me if I'm not a member of the church. Okay. That's a good question, right? That's a problem. If girls will not date this dude, if he's not a member, well, he better convert, by golly. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You don't convert just to date people. Um, so that's an excellent question right off the bat. That's a problem. That's an hypothesis of how we're going to observe it. Now, you remember, you're not solving the problem. You are not solving the problem. You are planning the research. That's the answer for today. You're not, you're not doing the research, you're planning the research, okay? So when you're going to review the literature, the next step is to say, okay, what is the literature look like? Now, you don't have to do the actual lit review. This is just like you're going to do little bullet points. You don't even need to write this as an essay. You can just do it as bullet points. The literature, if the literature said whatever it says, that's how I would base my study around. Okay. The literature are other people that have already researched the same or something similar to it. Okay. Something that is the same or similar to it, to your question. That's the literature that you would review. Then you would do your hypotheses if you have more than one. Then you're going to design the research. What is it? This is the point where I want a paragraph, a big, chunky, good sized paragraph. What is it going to look like? And also, is it going to be qualitative or quantitative? Hard research, hard numbers, or more observations, okay? What does it look like? What are you going to do with it? Then finally, how are you going to collect the data? How are you going to collect it? Are you going to go out and look at historical documents, a history of Snow College, how many people, you don't have access to this, how many people got married to a person who wasn't a member of the church? Yeah, maybe you have content like that, okay? Um, so that's the big one, the collecting the data and designing the research. You can kind of even combine those two together to give me exactly what I'm looking for. Those are the two big ones, designing the research and how you're going to collect the data, okay? Then you're going to analyze the data. Again, you're not going to really analyze the data because you will not have data. It's going to be what do you think the data will say, okay? You're going to analyze the data. That's important. Then finally, you're going to draw conclusions. What would be your conclusion? If this is how it turned out, how would it look? Okay. So let's go back to our initial call. After reading chapter two, you don't need to read it, but at least pay attention to the research portion. Okay. Form a hypothesis. Design how you will carry out your research. Will you use qualitative or quantitative? Will you deliver a survey, interview people, or look up census data? Please detail in 200, sorry, hiccups. Please detail in 250 words exactly how you will carry out your research study. Below is a graphic that helps just understand the step by step, just the step by step, goes in a circle. Um, that's how you constantly refine your research. But that's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's going to be the assignment for this week. Not a super exciting lecture. I get it. But believe me, this is going to be a lot more interesting than just doing your research on your own or just reading about it and lecturing about it. That's boring. Give you the chance to actually tell me how you would do it. Okay. All right. Again, please don't hesitate to message me. Don't hesitate to call me, text me. Canvas is the best way. Canvas messaging is the best way. That comes directly to my phone. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being wonderful. Thanks for being patient with me. I appreciate you being patient with me. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Have a great one. Thank you.